Good morning. I am totally happy. Why? Because it's travel day. We are here Wednesday, June 14th, and we are headed to, well, you know where we're headed to. You see it, that's why you clicked on the video. You see it in the title. Amsterdam Royals. Do I have some surprises set up for you for this week-long trip? So many excursions we have set up, and there's one big surprise that we have set up, but you're going to have to stay tuned for all of that. It's already been a busy morning. I had to run some errands. I had to drop off Sherry Olivia. My fur baby always looks so sad. Oh, she knew I was leaving because she already had the sad face and was just like laying on the floor wanting to be pet. She knew I was going. She saw the suitcase. So she settled in. My child's father's going to keep her. So glad that we have this relationship that he's willing to do that, because my regular fur babysitter has gone. She's left. So I didn't have anybody to get at the last minute. Ran to Target, had to go return something, and then I ran to Lowe's so that I can get, well, I was hoping to get some luggage straps because Amazon delayed my package and I don't have any luggage straps to hold my extra luggage. So I did the best I could because Lowe's only had something for tools. So I don't know, we'll see if it works. We are going to be heading to the airport soon. Oh, I say we because one of my besties is going. Actually, technically, it's kind of her trip. I'm just tagging along. And when I say her trip, you know, we did most of the planning together, but it's her trip because it's her birthday week. Oh, so it's another girls trip that I have going on. It's another bestie. It's not Keisha from my Astral trip. It's somebody else. So you'll meet her later. Her name is Tiffany. She probably won't be in the vlog very much. She's not really a camera person, but we'll see. But yeah, she'll be heading over here in a couple of hours. We're probably going, actually probably less than an hour. I told her we'll probably meet about 12. I still have a couple of things to do. I got to finish the pack. I pretty much packed, but I have to kind of wrap everything up. And then off to the airport we go. This video is sponsored by HoneyBook, an all-in-one client management tool for your small business. Over 100,000 independent businesses trust HoneyBook to manage projects, book clients, send invoices, and get paid. Before HoneyBook, I was transitioning between 4 to 8 software applications every day. Now, I just send one proposal, which combines the client contract, invoice, and payment into one seamless experience. No more using separate payment tools to receive client deposits. I can view and track various stages of a project, all while using HoneyBook's dynamic automation system. Oh, and how about scheduling client meetings without that back and forth? All right. Now that I've sparked your interest, how does receiving HoneyBook for 50% off for 1 year or get HoneyBook for $1 a month for 8 months sound? It sounds like you clicking that link in the description box to start your free trial. Now back to the video. We made it to the airport, and we don't have enough time to go to Centurion because that's at Concourse D, and we are at Concourse A. That's on the other side. So we came to my first time at the Priority Pass, the Club Charlotte. Yeah, you're fine. The Club Charlotte. So check this out. So it's a little different than the Centurion. You actually can scan your phone on a QR code, but you can't walk up because we just walked up for the buffet. Sodas are down here, and then some extra snacks as well. I will say it is a little smaller here than Centurion. Actually, it's a lot smaller, and it's a lot crowded. We are in the middle of the day, but still, the space is a lot smaller. In need for like a little salad, they do have that stuff as well. Here's the bar area, exactly. You can walk up and get that, or you can use the QR code that is right here at your table. So here's a QR code, you can just scan that, but there's also little cubby holes that I actually do adore. And that's Tiffany, by the way. But here's some cubbies as well. Up here is pork over cornbread, fried pickles. We're about to do a little taste test. Compared to the Centurion, AMEX Centurion, this place is really small. The service is a little slow. I'm picking up like the plates and cleaning up and things. And I don't know, just not really feeling the food. I liked everything but the fried pickles. I had a brownie too, carved that down. Anything sweets I'm pretty much gonna eat anyway. Yeah, and Tiffany said that her drink wasn't that good either. I don't know what it is. Some type of sunrise, and they used cherry juice instead of, they were out of orange juice. So I rate the place a 3 out of 5 compared to the Centurion, which I've rated a 5 out of 5. Which if you haven't checked that video out, you can view that as you see here right after you view this one. We are on the plane. We are going, and my friend Tiffany gave me a great tip. If you wait towards the end, if possible, go get your seats to the end because you can get great seats. Check out our seats. Look at all this room. Look. Look at that. Look at her feet. Now we are at the emergency, so we have to be ready if there is an emergency, but we pray to God that it's not. But I have never ever sat in an emergency seat before, and my gosh, there's a lot of room. We gonna be waiting next time. So unfortunately, our flight to New York has been.
Viking said to IR the record. She said she already grabbed that flight.
Okay, that was Tiffany. But be silly in serious moments. But like I was saying, unfortunately, our flight has been canceled due to bad weather. I think there's thunderstorms in New York. We are trying to figure out what we can do because there's not really any more flights going to New York, and even if there was, everything is going to be delayed or canceled. So we're trying to reroute somewhere else.
Okay, so she said go ahead
to get to Amsterdam. It's funny because a couple behind us, they're actually going to Amsterdam too. But the worst thing is for them, they're trying to catch a cruise. So I hope they make it. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm back home. We are literally supposed to be on a flight right about now. It is 9:37 Eastern Time p.m. on the way to Amsterdam, and I'm back in Charlotte. Oh, I never left Charlotte, actually. We never left. Basically what happened was, and I didn't get any footage, unfortunately, because it was just a lot going on, and we had to get on the phone to rebook, but it was quote-unquote bad weather in New York but most of us don't believe that because, weather did say it was raining, but they said it was thunderstorms. We didn't believe that because when we looked at our phones for the app, it was basically like 30% sprinkling. And then people from the flight they were calling people that were already in New York, and they were just like, what are you guys talking about? It's like sunny outside. A lot of times I think planes do that because technically you're not supposed to get any compensation or any refund back when it's weather related. So I really think something else was going on. Like we weren't the only thing. We were not the only ones thinking like that. Like a lot of people on the plane were just saying weather related. It was very, very sunny outside in Charlotte. But then again, people were calling their loved ones in New York and they were just like, yeah, it's not bad weather here. So nobody believed it. We think Delta, because that's what we flew Delta, came up with that reason just so they don't have to get money back. But we still went through the procedure to hopefully get some type of compensation while we were on the phone with the Delta agent, which that was an experience in itself. Long story short, we tried 3 times, but we finally got rebooked. Unfortunately, there was nothing for tonight. We have to leave tomorrow, so we're literally missing a day of Amsterdam. I might as well just take one of my outfits out and get some more room in my suitcase because I'm not going to need it at this point. And they said the Delta agent was just like, you can file a complaint to see what they'll do with this case because we have it on file that your flight canceled. So I did it, came home and filed a complaint with Delta. Basically, I did a screenshot of the flight cancellation from my phone and then attached it to the complaint just to show, which they can see also that the flight was canceled. I also emailed the hotel to say that we are going to be there a day later. It's not their fault, but it doesn't hurt to ask. They can only say no and just say, is there any kind of compensation for us being late? Because we're going to miss a day now. And I attached the proof that our flight was canceled for that as well. We'll see. Doesn't hurt to ask. Some good news, though. We had an excursion that was scheduled for Friday that we did get a full refund from. It was an easy, just click a button, cancel, and as long as it was within 24 hours, and we're over 24 hours, so it worked out. So we did get our money back for that, which actually really, really worked out because that was the most expensive excursion. That was almost $150 each. So yeah, we were happy to get that back. It's been a long day, a long night. Basically us in the airport for about 6 hours or so. I'm not just. I am disappointed, but there comes a time to where you have to be able to get over stuff like this because everything happens for a reason. I'm just an optimistic type person, and who knows? I mean, something could have happened in the air. Something could have happened with the plane mechanically, or if it really was weather related, then maybe something could have happened with that. So I'm not. We are you're human. We're disappointed because we are missing a day of vacation, and not to mention Tiffany made a good point. She's like she took off work for this, so that was This is basically 2 days of PTO that has been wasted. But you can talk. You can continue to talk negative. You can continue to just come off as really bummed and down and out. And we're human. We can be that way. But for me personally, I take these things into perspective, try to find the silver lining in it, and then just move on because you can't help it. What's done is done, right? So that's me. I'm calling it a night, Royals. We're going to try it again, take two. I know you're watching this after all this has happened, but it's okay. I was going to say pray for us. Pray for us anyway. All right. Good night. Heading to Amsterdam, take two. All right, we made it to the airport. Okay, because I already received a notification that our plane has been delayed only by 15 minutes, but Lord, please, let us get there. To get our mind off of it, a little retail therapy doesn't hurt. We made it to Detroit. Goodness. After one canceled flight, one delayed flight today that would have not allowed us to catch our connecting flight in Minneapolis, me breaking down crying because I felt defeated. I sure did. Tiffany taking over the phone call so we can find another flight. And ironically, we got booked on the same flight that we had before I booked another one this morning. So exactly the same flight. So right now we are in Detroit. We are going to board about 10 o'clock, 10:20 this evening. Currently right now it is 8:05. And we are in the Delta Sky Mile Club. I have never been to this lounge. Check this out. So it's really nice in here. They have food, they have alcohol for those who want to partake, and great lounging areas. I'm cool with it. We're gonna stop here until I think we can stay here for about an hour, and then I don't know. We may check out the Centurion if they have one. To Amsterdam. Check out the view before we land. Phew, Royals, it was a long journey, but I'll talk about that later. Quick room tour. Here is the door. We are staying at the Hotel de Leon. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, but I'll explain a little bit more about what it is later. Here is a full mirror. Love this. The room is a tad bit small, but it is a hotel, an old hotel, and I'll explain that. It is actually the oldest hotel in Harlem, but it's still quaint and cute. Here is a desk, good sized TV. It was renovated in 2017, by the way. We have a window here, which looks like the heat. And actually a pretty good view outside. Corner to store luggage. This is considered two twin beds, but they just don't separate it. So she has one side, I have one side. There is also a safe with a shelf. You do have an iron, which we were kind of wondering if we did have one. Luggage rack. And here is the bathroom. Very nice bathroom, actually. Nice stand-up shower. Don't see much toiletry stuff. Toilet, buttons, extra toilet paper, and then we have the sink. Very nice looking. All right, so I'm going to pan really quickly so you can see. All right, we are about to get unpacked. Oh, I forgot this. Tiffany found this when we came in the room. I did not know. I thought this was a drawer. It's actually a mini fridge. Isn't this cute? Look at that. And it's cold. Thank you, Tiffany. Had no idea. So I thought I would go a little backwards and give you a backwards hotel tour. This is our floor. I love this little vestibule type area. This is where you go to get on the lift. Now remember, we are in Europe. It's not an elevator, it's a lift. Now we were here in the reception area, and look, they have a Mac computer. I don't know if I've ever seen a hotel with a Mac computer. Here is, looks like a conference room. Pretty quaint and pretty. Let's go down here. We're going to explore. All right, so you ready for breakfast? Here we go with breakfast. Oh, I wonder if those are cookies. We have to taste those. Hello. It's very nice in here. See? Oh, little games to play. Very cool too. Looks like you can order alcohol if you want in the bar. Coming back into the lobby area. Very, very nice. Look at the decor and in the glass. Okay, let's go outside. And here is the outside, what it looks like. Hotel Lion d'Or. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. The native language in Amsterdam is Dutch. But please know that mostly everybody speaks really, really good English. And this is what the area looks like around. Please take note that the popular mode of transportation is a bike. They even have trailways for bikes. See this red part here? And then the outside is where the cars go. But in Amsterdam, it's actually mostly bikes. And actually, I'm in the street. I just noticed that. So let me get out the street. All right, over here is actually where the Haarlem station is. So great, because that is where the train station. So I make sure when I book hotels, it's by easy public transportation. So we've already bought our Metro card, and we're going to be using that to go back and forth to the city of Amsterdam. We're actually staying in Haarlem, which is about 20 minutes away. Kind of didn't know that when booking, but I like this little area. All right, a little bit about the journey. It has been a rough one. Yesterday had cancellations, delays, almost missed a second flight due to a delay. Everything worked out in the end. Even getting here to Haarlem was a little bit, not rough, but it was different because I expected to take the train. And apparently the train is down coming to Haarlem from the airport because due to construction. So we had to ride the city bus. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It was less than 30 minutes. But sometimes, well, anyway, it wasn't that bad. What made it a little bit frustrating is the fact that we were just getting off the plane and we had our luggage. So hauling luggage, riding a bus is not the most practical thing to do. But I mean, New Yorkers do it all the time, so, right? So if you're going to take public transportation, it's pretty easy. You just Google map it when you're under Wi-Fi and follow the directions. Where the bus station is like right in front of us, the bus/train station, so it's just telling us to get on the 346 and head whichever way it tells us. We figured out how to make it to Amsterdam City Central. Check out this view. Just left a Korean barbecue. I didn't want to record anything because Tiffany's brother and his boyfriend was there, and I don't know how they feel about a camera, so I didn't take it out. But now we are at this spot to where there's like a lot of people just kind of standing around and eating and whatnot. But I wanted to show you Royal something. It is 9:14 in the evening, and it is like broad daylight out here. Doesn't even look like the sun is going down, but we were told that actually sun doesn't really go down here until about after 11 o'clock, which is great. Vital information. This is not a coffee shop, meaning coffee that you drink. Just thought you might want to know. If you want to visit a coffee shop, you need to visit a shop that says cafe. If you go into this one, just know you're going to come out not drinking coffee. Good morning. It is now the next day, Saturday, and I did not end the vlog last night. I understand that. Yesterday was a lot. It was a very emotional, up and down type of day. Everything from thinking that we were not going to make it again because of the delay, us possibly missing a flight because it was their fault, us not being able to get another flight until the next day, which would have been today. It was a lot. And then even getting here, finding out that, I did a whole bunch of research. Not yesterday, before we came on the trip. When I found out that we were staying in Harlem, which is about 20 minutes, depending on where you are, it could be anything from like 20 minutes to an hour from the center city of Amsterdam. I did not know that when I booked it. And honestly, if I was traveling solo, it would be totally fine with me. I would make it work. I don't mind walking. I don't mind waiting for public transportation. Just for me, it's fine. But when you're traveling with other people, you have to make sure that things don't trigger them. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But when we came here, we found out that unfortunately, the main metro train system that goes back and forth from Center City to Harlem and back and forth is down because they're doing construction. So unfortunately, it's making our commute from Center City, which that's pretty much where everything is, longer. This hotel sensors is on lock. You saw where it went dark because there's nobody walking around, so the light automatically turns off. So let me hurry up. So basically, what I was saying was, because the train is down, it's making our commute longer. Unfortunately, we have to take the bus for the most part. And which is not that bad. It was actually when we went to the sushi place yesterday, it actually wasn't that bad. We took a bus about 20 minutes, and then we got on a tram, which was another 20 minutes, and then it dropped us off at our stop. So it wasn't that bad. But on the way coming back, unfortunately, it was late. It was almost 9 o'clock at night. I guess the buses run slower. It was probably about a 30-minute wait for the bus. Again, if I was by myself, I wouldn't have cared. But you got to take these things into consideration when you're traveling with other people. So like I said, it was an emotional day yesterday because tensions were high. We were all tired, long travel day. And it's now almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I have never slept, not never, I have not slept till about 9 in the morning in a long time. So that's how you know it was just a lot. It's a new day. About to go get breakfast. Tiffany, breakfast is over at 11. Tiffany still sleeps. She said she'll get up on her own around 10 to catch breakfast. Cool, it just gives me time to just talk to you guys and just get some alone time for a little while. Let's go see what they have for breakfast. All right, we got some muffins, granola, and I guess what it'd be called their cereal. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. Look at the fruit. Definitely going to get some of that. You know, only Europeans eat a lot of savory stuff in the morning. They don't really have sweet stuff. Just FYI on that. What is here? Oh, bacon, sausage, and eggs. To be honest, I'm surprised they have American bacon. Usually they don't. Coffee, tea, and some jelly stuff. Okay, raw eggs. Oh, thank you. Now what's over here? Breads, croissants, stuff like that. Some type of crackers. All right, let's eat. Not that much of a choice, but let's eat. Well, I'm liking where I'm sitting. I'm right by the window, and I have a little corner spot. Isn't that cute? Bon appetit. Okay, breakfast was really good, and I'm saying that because Europeans are known for a lot of things, but food is not it. But actually, that one was actually very flavorful. Even the bacon was like extra crispy. Nice. So I am outside, and I am trying to look to see if there is a hand washcloth that I can buy, or some type of little something, because one thing I did forget, when you come to Europe, bring your own hand cloth if you like that sort of thing. If you have your own thing you use, bring that, because if you're looking for the hotel to have one, they do not. The smallest hand cloth they have, or what they consider a hand cloth, is actually a hand towel, and that thing is massive. Too big for me to be using in the shower. It's just annoying. So I'm gonna see if there's like a little corner store or something that I can use to buy it. While I'm walking, why don't you enjoy Harlem? If you're seeing a lot of rainbow and flags, we are in June. Happy Pride Month. Also, you definitely have to watch where you're walking, because you will get ran over by a bike before you get ran over by a car. I'm just letting you know that now. What a nice souvenir shop. Now this is actually like real souvenirs. It's not like the regular tourist little places that you see. I don't think I'm gonna go in, but it looks really, really cute in here. Alright, I decided to go in. Only because they may have some type of cloth or something.
And the others are with cash. Okay, that's it. You can tell us a discount on everything. It will be €31.14.
One thing in Holland and here in Amsterdam, they're known for their clogs. So you're probably going to see a lot of little souvenir clogs. How much are these? These are like porcelain. Okay, it's €8.95. Not that bad. The shop is actually pretty reasonable. Look at this old phone. €65. Wow. Okay, look at this phone. I don't know how many euros, but that's pretty funky. I just had to stop. I'm a sucker for a good antique shop, and their prices were really, really reasonable. But I did not see what I actually came out to get, a cloth or anything, and nor did I really see anything I wanted to buy. My suitcase is stuffed to the max. I can't be buying a whole bunch of stuff to bring back. All right, on to the search still. let's look. There might be something in here. I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's like a little pharmacy or something. So let's look in here. I don't know if it's a pharmacy or park grocery store. It could be a little bit of both. But yeah, here's mayonnaise. $2 or 2.25 euros. Yep, ketchup. I guess what I would have needed would have been in this aisle, but I am not seeing anything. It's a little frustrating. You got your toothpaste, toothbrush, but no washcloth. Look, they even have cat food. Alright, I've come to the conclusion that this is mostly a grocery store as to why I can't find what I need. So, on to my next search. You know, this is something else I noticed. There are a lot of workers in this store. Where in America, where like a shortage of people wanting to do jobs like this, there's a store full of them. Just stacking. See? Uh-oh, wait, did I find a pharmacy? I think I might have found a pharmacy. Let's go see. Look at God. I will definitely just be using these. Actually, this is what Tiffany has, so this will work. This is what I was talking about, little nets first. But yeah, we're gonna get this. Look at God. And we have a success. We're done. Bought it. All right, let me head back to the hotel because I need to finish getting ready. We are headed to the Anne Frank house. This is the one stop, the one museum I wanted to see ever since wanting to come to Amsterdam.